Welcome to the complete map breakdown for the Damned of the Moor 3. Let's start with the Easter egg. Outside in the prison courtyard should be a powerhouse with a switch inside that you need to flip to start a lockdown. Once you've beaten this lockdown, you can flip the switch again and you have the power on. Next, head down to the prison cellar and interact with the teleporter found within to go to the 1980s. Now in this era of the map, Pack-a-Punch and Juggernog are both accessible, and what you need to do is save up and get dead wire on any weapon. Teleport back to the 50s and go to the spawn area where there should be a purple orb on the teleporter generators that you need to shoot with your dead wire weapon and follow the orb around, continuously shooting it until it heads to the basement and opens a door. Now for this next step, I recommend leaving a crawler, but what you want to do is head into the basement and interact with the teleporter to go to the 1980s again, and what you want to do is ascend back up the staircase and you need to look for a purple symbol. This symbol has multiple spawn locations and I'll go through all the ones I know right now. So once you're up the staircase, to your left there should be a broken prison door next to a pallet, and in between the bars should be one of the purple symbol locations. In that same exact hallway to the right behind the shelving there should be another location. Around the corner from where you're standing is another shelving unit. Behind there is another purple symbol location. Another purple symbol location is just atop the west stairs underneath the table. One of the final locations is just underneath the east stairs on this sheet metal, and the final location is just behind the door leading to the east stairs on the right side. Now in each of these positions is a faint fake purple symbol by the looks of things, but the real one that you're looking for is very obvious, as you can see on screen here. Now once you've found your symbol, you need to head right back into the basement and into the newly opened area that is inaccessible in the 50s. In there will be a teleport pad which will allow you to teleport back to the 50s from the inside. Do that and enter this room with a series of monitors. All you want to do is interact with the monitor that is displaying the symbol you've just found. What you'll then need to do is head back out of this lab area and you'll need to interact with the teleporter again and repeat this step 2 more times until you've discovered 3 symbols. These symbols will only spawn one at a time, so don't try and find all 3 in one go because it will not work. Now once you've found and punched in all 3 symbols that you need to find, a room will open behind you which will allow you to interact to link the beacons. Now you want to teleport your way out as you've completed this step. Now the next steps require you to build the Teslagun, and to build the Teslagun you also need to at some point get the Thundergun. The Thundergun can be acquired either just by spinning the box, or if you're like me and your luck is terrible, you can earn the Thundergun by completing 3 lockdowns in the courtyard. The way the lockdowns are triggered is basically just kind of stay in the courtyard area, survive for as long as possible. Eventually after you tick a few rounds over, a lockdown will start, survive it, rinse and repeat this process, and then after the 3rd lockdown has been completed, you just want to head into this room right here, throw a grenade to expose this box. Inside will be the Thundergun for you to claim. Now the Thundergun is only required for one of the 3 steps, so it's not actually necessary that you do it first, but to start the Teslagun quest you need to interact with the Teslagun after turning on the power. This will activate 3 generators that need souls around the map, and the souls are earned in different ways. So close to the spawn will be this generator, which is filled by killing dogs. These can be the dogs that spawn during dog rounds or the dogs that spawn doing the purple wisp step earlier in the Easter egg. If you want to kind of multitask, you can do it that way as well. Another generator can be found near the sledgehammer just by the prison courtyard. This one requires getting kills with a Thundergun next to it, which of course is why the Thundergun is mandatory. I have tried using Thunderwall, it doesn't work, but you do need the dead wire AAT for the last generator, which is actually found near Mule Kick, which is also in the prison courtyard area. Each time you fill a generator, the light will turn green. Once you've done all 3 generators, you can head back to the Teslagun workbench and claim the Teslagun. Hop onto a teleporter and Pack-a-Punch this Teslagun immediately, because what you want to do is then teleport back, head to the Mule Kick area, and you'll see a crate which you can knock down by blowing a grenade underneath it. Interact with the newly exposed panel and it will connect itself to the tower next to it. What you'll then want to do is interact with the panel again to turn on the beacon, and then shoot your upgraded Teslagun in between the red lights. From there, interact with the panel again, and this step should be completed. You'll then be teleported to a sequence that showcases the history of this mapping series by Alfatheseus, who is the map creator. Continuously follow the path, and towards the end you'll see a teleporter that needs to be cooled down. All this basically is just surviving the waves of zombies. It's not too difficult, and then when the teleporter is cooled down you should be able to teleport out of this sequence, and you've then completed this step as well. After doing this you'll be teleported back to spawn, and from here you need to collect 4 clocks. There is a chance that you'll need to flip the round to initiate this next step. The first clock spawns pretty easily in the spawn area attached to a zombie. Just kill the zombie and it will drop the clock, which you then need to shoot to collect it. The second clock will be spawned after repeatedly getting kills with the upgraded Teslagun. Again, shoot this clock as well to add it to your inventory. Clock number 3 is spawned after killing zombies within a lockdown. This is the same lockdown sequences that are triggered when you're trying to get the Thundergun. The 4th and final clock can be acquired by killing zombies in the 1980s, so of course you'll need to teleport to that era and continuously get kills for the clock to spawn. Now once you've collected all 4 of these clocks, what you'll then want to do is place them on the table found in the spawn area next to the teleporter generators. Now before beginning the next step, I advise opening the 2 Timeskip Teleporters, which you'll notice in your your inventory section. Part 1 is a key that can be obtained by literally jumping and grabbing it from the very top cell block. Bear in mind this can only be done whilst you're in the 1950s, and then using it to open the gate in the lower cell block. This will gain you access to a new teleporter that you can use to go between each era. Similarly with the second one, which is simply done by going into the offices and finding this teleport pad, picking it up and placing it right in the same room. And now we should be golden to press on with the Easter egg. From here, teleport to the 80s and you'll need to shoot 4 radio beacons with a dead wire weapon to light them up. This step can only be taken once the power cuts out, which should be not too long after you've teleported. One is found in this hallway past the cafeteria, another is found in the lower cell block, another can be found in the same room where the buildable bench is for the shield, and the final location is in the prison cellar. You'll know you've done it correctly because the TV will also light up. Once you've done all 4, you can interact with the radio reels themselves and it will start a defense phase. You need to do this for each of the 4 radio stations. Upon completion of each one, make sure you're grabbing the reels as well because you'll need them for the next step. Once you've grabbed all 4 of these tape reels, what you'll need to do is roam around the area and place them next to the teleporters found above the basement. So that's the offices, the cafeteria, the prison cellar, and the lower cell block. Upon doing all 4, you'll get a notification to show that this part has been completed. Now teleport back to the 50s. Now you want to leave a crawler again because you'll need to configure each of the teleporters, which actually takes some time whilst you're not able to shoot anything. Simply go to each of the 4 teleporters that you just placed the tapes around, and each of them should have a panel that you need to hold to interact with. Do note, however, to access the cafeteria one, you need to shoot down the trap box to the right of where all the electricity is coming from. That will disable the wall and allow you access to actually configure this teleporter. Once you've configured all 4, you'll receive a Perkaholic, but you're not quite done yet. To actually beat and finish this map, what you'll want to do is teleport from the spawn area this time, and it will take you to another dream sequence. In this dream sequence, zombies are actually chasing you, so it's actually important to move quickly. Keep running straight and true, and if your effects isn't broken like they were in my game, you should be able to see a purple gate and you'll be able to jump through it. That will take you to the end cutscene and you'll have successfully beaten the Damned of the Moor 3 by Alfatheseus. But of course, that's not everything to this map. There are still side Easter eggs, in fact, that haven't even been discovered. But what I will do now is just go through a few of the extra things that you should know when playing it. So we've already spoken about how to get the free Thundergun as well as how to do the Timeskip Teleporters. But there are 2 things to note, especially whilst you're in the 1980s, that you can do whilst you're there. One of them is get the fuses for the Civil Protector. One location is by this cardboard box in the offices, another location is right by the boarded double tap in the cafeteria, and the third fuse location is by where you build the shield. You can place the Civil Protector fuses in the outhouse found in the prison courtyard and activate the Civil Protector from the same area. But as we just mentioned, the shield location is worth also explaining how to do that. So again, like the fuses, they can only be done whilst you're in the 80s, but the parts always remain in the same location. The gas part of the rocket shield is found in the warden's office on top of this cardboard box. The base of the shield is found atop the staircase that leads to the cafeteria, and the visor for the shield is found just past the widow's wine room on a table. You're then able to build the shield in the 80s era version of the lower cell block. Finally, to avoid the 4 perk limit imposed by this map when you first spawn in, you can actually buy additional perk slots in the 80s version of the offices, or by completing the lockdown sequences in the prison courtyard and collecting your free perk slot from the trash can found by the outhouse. And that pretty much concludes this initial breakdown of the Damned of the Moor 3 by Alfatheseus. Like I said, there are still side Easter eggs yet to be discovered, but I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in my next videos. Cheers!